Guys, welcome back to We Watched Movie. I am Mike, and this is a spoiler-free review for Hard Eyes. I may do a spoiler review down the line because there's a lot of stuff to talk about for sure. Jay and I will also be talking about this in the next live stream, as Jay's going to probably see it this weekend. So, yeah, I am super bummed right now. I have looked forward to this movie for a while now, and I've been very excited for it. I love Just Like Scream movies. We have a whole show that we do movies that are based on the Scream construction, and I love those movies. And I'm sad to say this movie may have single-handedly killed that for me. I think it may be time to put those away for a while, at least when they're in this kind of mood. So, like, I was really excited for this new slasher that I felt like could have been a franchise. It could have had like holiday franchise slasher legs. Heck, as we'll call him, the Hard Eyes Killer goes around the country and every Valentine's Day shows up in a different location like Boston, or in this case Seattle, and murders couples. And the whole world knows about it, and it's this super cool idea. And the killer was super cool. We saw from the trailers that they make their own weapons. They've got these eyes, these hard eyes that come on in the middle, or when it's dark, in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, I go stabbing people's tits. I don't know why it had to be tits. It's not Michael Myers. But anyways, no, what I'm saying is, it's just a great, cool idea for a slasher, and I wanted to see that happen. And what I got was 13 going on 30 with some sort of corny slasher stuff to it. Now, when the movie starts, the opening scene, man, smile ear to ear. I thought, this is going to be great. This is going to make $1 billion. I mean, I think that this movie is going to be huge, and everyone's going to go see it on Valentine's Day. And who knows, maybe that's the case, and that'd be great. I don't wish the movie any ill will. It felt like someone pulled a Cloverfield on the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and just added a bunch of blood and guts to it. I get the idea. It was supposed to be a rom-com that was, just a fun rom-com with slasher stuff to it. I totally get that. And I'm not a person, I really can't stand it when people don't understand that movies are supposed to be fun and they try to put this croissant lens on them. That's not what I'm trying to do at all here. I just think that what we were sold was, think of Scream. You know what I mean? I never thought it was going to be as dark as the first Scream was, but a franchise like Scream, a lot of these, the killer can still be scary, can still be cool, you can have all of those things that a horror movie has, while still also having a funny, irreverent, poking fun at the genre, doing whatever you want to, plot and fun characters and all that stuff. This movie, this is more like they sat down to write a movie that was in that Scream territory, in that fun slasher territory, but the girls got drunk on mimosas at brunch and decided, woo, fuck it, let's just have a good time. And this is the movie that came out of it. About halfway through the movie, after we've introduced the killer and the opening and what this is all about, and even the start of the love story, which we'll talk about halfway through the movie, it seems like it just goes, fuck it, we're not trying to make this guy scary anymore, and heck just becomes a joke. There's something to be said for the timing of jokes, when he's right behind them and they're cracking jokes while they're running away from him, it just totally sucks you out of the moment. It has to be a great joke in that sense. Or it can be such an intense moment that Sean Connery's birthday, it can be such an intense moment that when someone cracks a joke, it really lets, the valve off, and that could be great. Everybody can laugh. Oh my God, we were so scared and now we're laughing. But in this case, it wasn't that. It was just like, we were trying to make this a fucking cool killer, and now we're just cracking jokes, and it's not scary for anyone at all. That being said, I love the actors in the movie. Everybody did such a good job, man. Mason Gooding, true leading man. Like, it was cool to see him be able to take a movie and be at the forefront of it, and he was great. I think that guy is just talented as hell, and he's going to be amazing. Devin Sawa, absolutely hilarious. Perfect role for him. He was really good. He cracked me up a couple times, and the movie did make me laugh a few times, so I gotta give it credit for that for sure. It was nice to see Jordana Brewster. I thought she was great in the movie as well. There's also one really great and hilarious jump scare that you would have thought was spoiled in the trailer, but it wasn't. The way they did that was just legendary. I can't wait to talk about that in the spoiler review. That was a great moment, and there was a good chase scene there too. The kills were cool. Honestly though, the majority of them, what was special about them was all in the trailers, which is a huge disappointment for sure. I mean, I cannot believe they did that van kill in the trailer. Kind of throwback to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2013. I can't believe they put that in the trailer. I can't believe it. And there was just no balance to the tone here. Like, it was about midway through the movie, they were just like, we're just going to be goofy. Fuck making this character be taken seriously whatsoever. Fuck the backstory, fuck everything. Let's just make it goofy. And they got real goofy with it and just went straight, just slay, girly pop, fucking whatever. And that's fine. There's a certain faction of Scream fans and of horror fans that are going to love and adore this movie, for sure. Again, it was far more 13 going on 30 than it was a slasher film. And that's great for them. For me personally, though, like, I would have liked... I was expecting to see some good slasher stuff as well. And the slasher stuff all felt like window dressing, like the killer felt like more of a fucking Mortal Kombat character than he actually did a slasher. And at some point you just stopped taking it seriously. And the setup was so good. Having this killer that the whole world knows about and kills, the setup was really good for what could have been a really good slasher movie, and they just decided to just like, fuck it, let's make it silly. And I hate to say this, but it actually makes me glad that the Christopher Landon crew is not doing Scream 7s. I mean, for fuck's sake, there's a dressing room montage in the film. Like, I knew it was going to be rom-com probably first, slasher second, but it wasn't even a good rom-com in my opinion. Like, stuff in here was just, the characters made the dumbest choices so many times, and like the whole idea of him being like obsessed and in love with her, like falling for her the way that he does, makes no sense. You've got this guy who's by all means a perfect guy. He looks, got a great job, an amazing personality, obsessed with romance, the field that he works in, and for reasons that the movie will tell you, is just like really wants to have an amazing romantic relationship with someone. And he runs into her, and she brings literally nothing to the table. Like, she's mean to him, she's shitty, and you understand why or whatever. It's not that, but literally there's nothing there. And I'm not talking about looks or anything like that. There is nothing about this character's personality that brings anything to the table. And he just shows up and is just like, oh, you're the one, because we had the same coffee order. And you're just like, this is dumb. I mean, if you have this weird fantasy where the member of the opposite sex or the same sex or whatever shows up and is just beautiful, perfect, has a great job, and they dote on you hand and foot and are obsessed with you while you talk trash to them the entire time and bring nothing to the table, then I guess this is a love story for you, because it just it's not believable at all, in my opinion. It's not even the rom-com part worked out. And they really doesn't have its own beating heart for that stuff either. It just kind of runs through the numbers of the general shit. They do a couple good jokes based on the pillars of a rom-com for sure, but it just never really sticks. And again, there's just like a Diablo Cody type of overriding to the jokes and the silliness of it all that just really just takes you right out of the fucking movie. Yeah, the characters make really terrible slasher movie decisions too. I mean, at one point, for no reason whatsoever, they decide to go on the offensive, and this part's in the trailer, and normally you'd be like, what? That's insane. But at this point, you're like, I mean, hell, he's not scary to me anymore either. You should just go kick his ass, because that's where we're at right now. And it was just super disappointing. It's like, yeah, why not? Why not go kill him? Why are you running? He's not scary anymore. The movie just sucked that shit right out. And there's another point where they make terrible human decisions for other people and put other people in peril, and they're just like, let's just write a kind of meta joke about how we're doing that right now, and then not actually feel any guilt or anything whatsoever for it. It's just, again, it's not something that you can really take seriously and pick apart with a fine-tooth comb, but these are just the things that you notice when watching the movie that suck you out of the movie, even a whimsical, dumb, fun movie. So yeah, it's a 5.5 for me. I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. I was so pumped. This movie seemed right up my alley. It was like built for me. And then I was like, oh no, it's not at all. And that's okay. My score is a 5.5. You might be able to go and have a great fucking time with it. And I hope you do. I hope that this movie makes $1 billion and everybody loves it. So that's where I stand on it. I just think that this could have been a really good killer that, again, had legs on it, to run a franchise. And it just, I don't think it will. And if it does, it's probably not one for me, but I'll still see it because I'm a whore. I'm a filthy fucking whore. I love your all's fucking faces. I hope you guys have an amazing day. We got that Stu Lives merchandise up on the website, so I'll put a link down to that down below. It's made here in the house with our hands. These hands. You gotta cherish it. I love your fucking faces. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.
Hello, listener. Do you like scary movies? What's your favorite scary movie? Well, Jay and Mike like scary movies too. You should go and subscribe to their podcast, We Watched a Movie. Because if you don't, I'll gut you like a... Well, I think you get the idea. Enjoy yourselves while you still can.
Mom and Dad are gonna be so mad at me when they find out I'm in love with my friend Billy. Well, he's got a white shirt